Yeah.
There's another question offered. It says, can we get the experience of spaciousness? It sounds like the question is, can we get the experience of spaciousness through the blessings, through receiving blessings?
So question is, can we receive the experiences of spaciousness through the blessing? Absolutely, absolutely. But the question about who receives the blessings, who does not. So even to receive the blessing, you have to have a quality to receive the blessing. Not everybody is capable of receiving that. Some people even don't believe in blessings. Some people are, maybe they believe they're not open enough to receive blessings. So sometimes the places where there's strong sense of devotion, openness through the devotion, like a refuge, for sure those are very, very powerful doors for many people. So when that does not become the door for somebody, then you have to find another ways. But of course, sure.
Here's another question. Somebody asked, can this practice be done anywhere, anytime, at work, at home, in the car?
Okay, the questions are getting more interesting questions here. So the question is, can you do these practices anywhere? So the answer is yes, of course. Wherever you can go crazy, in that place, it's a good place to do the practice. So do we ask, where do I go crazy? Where do I have emotions? Is it the right place to have a lot of emotions? Or is it the right place to have a lot of thoughts? Is it a right place to have a physical pain? No. So I mean, whenever they come, they come. So of course, this practice can be done anywhere. And when I talk about the pill, white pill, red pill, blue pill, and I recommend to eat those pills, work with those pills, particularly when you need them. And you need to be aware of that when you need them. Of course, when you having a lot of emotional crisis or something like that, of course, that very moment you need to know you can go right into the place of that spaciousness. So you eat that pill there. So applying the practices of 3 pills informally more than the formally, because the formally we just did a half an hour practice, that is the formal practice. We do experience these 3 pills, but in formal situations we don't experience them. So I recommend to apply these 3 pills in formal situations, like in work, in your relationship, and so on.
When you brought up the red and the white and the blue, there was a question about why the colors and how they bring these colors into their practice. A lack of understanding.
Well, I mean, I will. The question about why these 3 colors related with 3 pills. So I will not go into that so much right now. Reason why I'm saying these pills is because, assuming most of people know already. So probably that was not right to assume that. So usually we say receiving empowerment of the body, speech, and mind. Body, Om, Hung. A is white, Om is red, blue is Hung. And if you want to know a little bit more familiar with that, then if you can read the book of Warrior Seed Syllable Practice, a Tibetan sound healing book, and that first 3 syllables are white, red, and blue. Means stillness, silence, and spaciousness, body, speech, and mind. So that's why I refer as the 3 pills, colors.
Okay. Here's a question. If space is our true nature, I think you might have answered this before in the last one. If space is our true nature, how did the ego first appear?
If the space is our true nature, how does the ego first appear? If you don't know its true nature, that's why you give the birth to ego. If you know it, ego doesn't appear. If you don't know it, it appears.
Someone says, when meditating, sometimes my body seems to dissolve, and that leaves me a little confused sometimes.
Okay. Well, I mean, the question is, when I'm meditating, my body dissolves, and sometimes it's a little confusing, right? Yeah, that happens. So when you're meditating deep, normally if you feel the solution of your body, I mean, in some sense, the pain dissolves when you're deeply practicing with awareness with your pain, and reason why pain dissolves may be the same experience. The body dissolves. If the body is not there, then there's no pain we experiencing in that body. So same way, the ego dissolves. It's a little confusing. So when during this deep meditation, when you wake up, just give a little time to yourself to just slowly wake up, not immediately trying to do things. So just giving a little times after deep meditation is always helpful.
I guess that's really all the pertinent questions for right now.
Okay.
Here's one. It says, from Toro Dragon, it says, can these practices help to end a medical treatment for anxiety? Can these be good for anxiety?
So the question is, will these practices help to
They say to take the place of medical treatment for anxiety.
So can one take this practice as a place of medicine for anxiety? Well, I mean, that's a complicated question, and it's not a very easy question to answer. I think different people might have different opinions about it. So I think the best person to make a decision is probably oneself, by looking at one's own the experiences of realization. So generally speaking, for sure, like this practice, awareness will help minimize pain in the body, heal the sickness, clear the confusion, heal emotion blockages, minimize obsessing thoughts, able to give some much more better ways of handling these thoughts or emotions. There is no question about it. And even so, you can in a short sessions of practice, you can feel a glimpse of a proof of that. People are practicing and then just being free from the pain that they have 20 years in their body. Certain blockages that they have in their mind for years and years, with the practice of awareness, just instantly dissolving them. And it happens all the time. And can it happen to you? It depends upon your own level of openness and the practice. It says one medicine for uncountable diseases. So this is awareness is the one medicine for all the diseases. Yeah.